Passion. If we want to study a topic for real, in depth, and analyze it, we need to start by defining it. After all, we're science students, right? That's where all of our attempts at understanding passion fail horribly, and I'm not even kidding. There's no set, well defined, universally accepted definition of passion in this entire world. From Steve Jobs to Manforce, from Alex Hormozi to Divine, from APJ Abdul Kalam to fucking Akash Gupta, everyone has a different definition of passion. पैशन वो कज़न है जिसको क्रिकेट मैच में इंक्लूड नहीं करते थे, जिसको अकेले छोड़ दिया जाता था, जिसका कोई नहीं होता था, और जिसका कोई नहीं होता उसका या तो भगवान होता है या हम जैसे हरामी लोग. अब भगवान का तो कोई इंटरेस्ट दिख नहीं रहा है पैशन को डिफाइन करने में. सॉरी गॉड. तो बचा कौन? आप सभी के प्यारे AKA बैड जोक डिलीवरी बॉय, AKA और अ फार्मर विदाउट फर्टिलाइजर, AKA Tim fucking Dwivedi. I'm not saying I'm going to give you the most scientific, latest, well-researched, ultra-thin, ultra-concise, cutting-edge definition of passion, but I'll give you what worked for me. And if you play your cards right, then it can work for you as well. So, it won't be wrong to say that I have a love-hate relationship, or as kids these days call it, a situationship with passion. I'll explain with a few stories. Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there used to be a 13-year-old. He was getting good grades, he was winning a few competitions in his school, and he used to fuck around with random YouTube videos in his free time. Life was good until it wasn't. One day, while dabbling around with random YouTube videos, instead of watching how to get infinite number of coins in Subway Surfers, this kid decided to watch Find Your Passion, motivational speech by Steve Jobs. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. The question, what's my passion, popped in his mind. And then he started experimenting, making YouTube videos, writing newsletters, graphic design, video editing, affiliate marketing, you name it. This motherfucker tried everything he could which didn't require money to start. He was affected by what bro science fanatics these days call shiny object syndrome. It's when you have so many interests and you dabble around with them just a little bit, you don't engage with them, you don't commit to any of them, and that's why you get success with none of them. After 3 years of this productive time waste and multiple scoldings by his parents, he stopped. Listening to his parents, ha, what do you think? He stopped the side hustles? Hell nah. ये कीड़ा बड़ा खतरनाक है जनाब. एक बार काट लेता है ना तो काटता ही रहता है जब तक आपका ना कट जाए. तो क्या इस बच्चे का कटा? चलिए देखते हैं. At the age of 16, while experimenting with random interests of his, this kid stumbled upon a gold mine, or so he thought. This was an internet online business model which he finally got success with financially. And then bro was like, I'm not going to do anything else, I'm going to stick with it, I'm going to do nothing but this. Ah shit. Here we go again. This dude grinded again for 2 years. He had the best mentors, he had tens of thousands of dollars at his disposal, he had the best partner, he was destined to win, he was about to make a shit ton of money. But he didn't win. Winning the chodo, he didn't even like what he was doing. Something was missing. Long story short, he lost. He lost his partner, he lost other people's money, he lost time, he lost energy, he lost everything. And if you account for opportunity cost, what he could have done in those 2 years, the losses are astronomical. He thought his emotions were responsible for these losses, so he decided to kill them. He tried that business model again, this time by suppressing all of his emotions. By following the advice of fuck your mood, follow the plan. And this time he was supposed to win, right? Wrong. What happened next was devastating. He got so stressed that headaches, nausea, brain fog, chest pain all became a common thing, and he was fucking 19. I kid you not, pun intended, he also thought of ending it all. several emotional breakdowns, long calls with close friends, and losing the love of his life later. The same kid is today in front of a camera making videos to random strangers about finding their passion. Yes, I am that kid. And I think I've seen both the extremes quite well. The fuck passion, start taking action extreme, and the try everything until you find the thing extreme. And I think the answer is somewhere in the middle. First of all, instead of defining it, I'd like to entirely remove the word passion from your vocabulary and replace it with curiosity or interests. Now we have something to play with. The reason I did that is because passion is like getting an arranged marriage in the 1950s, irreversible. But curiosity or interest is like getting a hookup in 2026. No commitment, only fun. Curiosity, as I define it, is the act of understanding a topic or a domain into its depth without expecting anything to come out of it. The last part, without expecting anything to come out of it, is super crucial. So, to find your passion, explore your curiosities. What is something which looks like play to you but work to others? What's something that you learn about which others don't give a fuck about? What's something you're obsessed with and your obsession drives others crazy? Now, let me make a clear distinction here. Things like eating, sleeping, watching reels, or binging Netflix are not included in the answer to this question. Because as of 2026, there is no job title called professional brain rot expert or professional sleeper or professional Netflix binger. As of 2026, they do not exist. One point I'd like to emphasize is that your curiosities or your interests should be something which you liked as a kid. For myself personally, I loved getting attention, I loved tinkering with technology, I loved writing, and I loved a lot of music. Now, once you do this thought provoking exercise, you'll have a list of your curiosities, and mostly they would be conflicting with each other's, like in my case. So, now I would like you to do two things. First, start living two lives, just like a split personality syndrome patient. Just kidding. What do I mean by that? Let me explain it with a story. One of my cousins has studied mass communication, and one of her subjects was media law. The professor who used to come to teach her the subject of media law was a practicing lawyer at Bombay High Court. The fun fact about the lawyer, he was originally a sound engineer. I guess that's why they say that a genius can do everything. So he just did sound engineering, and one day he was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do this, I'm gonna do something else. This guy just casually cleared CLAT, went to law school, completed his degree, and now he practices in Bombay High Court for 5 days a week. And on the weekends, he DJs at Mumbai clubs. And this guy drives a BMW and has 2 flats in Bandra. Crazy shit, right? That's exactly what I thought. When I first heard of this story, I was like, I want a life like that. The second thing that I want you to do is that you give enough time to explore your interest. I would recommend at least 20 hours. Ideally, do the law of 100. You do 100 primary actions for 100 days. It's hard, but you can try it and you'll have way more idea on what you want. That's how you get the best of both worlds, basically. How am I implementing this in my own life? Moving forward into 2026, I plan to do this. 5 days a week, I learn about AI agents and their implementation in businesses. Keep in mind that tinkering with technology is an interest of mine, so I'll do it anyway without expecting any end result monetarily. Second, on the weekends, I'll write articles, writing check, which I turn into speeches like these and Instagram posts, getting attention, check, and if I feel like it, I'll make a rap or two. Music, check. So, I plan to do this for the entirety of this semester until the mid of July, which gives me plenty of time to fuck around and find out. Did I find my passion? I don't know. What I do know is that I'm exploring my interests and I'm adding value to others' life. And I believe that if I do it for enough time, I will be in a way better place than I was. That's my bet for the next 6 months. If 6 months later I think that this bet was wrong, so be it. I'm just 19. So I please request you guys to take some time out to explore your curiosities and think whether what you're doing on a day-to-day basis aligns with those curiosities or interests or not. Because if you keep delaying this work, there will come a point where you'll hit a wall, just like I did. And it's just not a good place to be in. I would not want any one of you to go through what I went through in the last few weeks. Because passion is something, the more you drift away from it, the sadder you become. On that note, this is Tim Dwivedi signing off.